Ever felt that you are in a toxic relationship, but back out from breaking up? Then this one is for you. Today we are analyzing a rom-com zombie movie, Burying the Ex, directed by one of the best directors, Joe Dante, yes, the Gremlins director. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Alright, let's go and meet Max, the hero of the movie, and the primary subject of our analysis. Played by late Anton Yelchin, better known as Pavel Chekhov to Star Trek universe. After facing a furious vampire Jerry, in the movie Fright Night, he was fed up and thought about moving to LA, find love, have a peaceful life. And guess what LA gave him? A bloody zombie. Meet Evelyn, our second subject of analysis. Played by Ashley Greene. After being a vampire herself, in Twilight, she too thought about moving to LA, find love, have a peaceful life. And guess what? LA made her the bloody zombie. So Max is involved with this hot but bossy manipulative Evelyn, trying to do whatever he can to keep this relationship going. He is the one making sacrifices, adjusting to her views, keeps mum even when she curses his career goal, interests and insults his only friend cum half-brother Travis. All you gotta know till this part is that there was this Satan genie in that shop, which is some kind of a voodoo item that grants wishes of anyone. They made their wish to each other that they'll be together forever, and the genie overheard that and granted their wish. Shortly thereafter, Max has Evelyn move in with him. See that horror posters in that wall? Please keep that in mind. We need that info later. They decide to celebrate this big step by grabbing a bite. And there they meet this girl Olivia. See, the point is both Max and Olivia are horror movie nerds. Naturally Olivia gets all the horror references he makes and vice versa. Evelyn not getting references that Max makes is not a big deal. She is not interested in the horror movies and stuff, that's her choice. But, assuming Max and Olivia are flirting with each other, just because they share same interests and verbally abusing Olivia is a big deal. Later back at home, Evelyn apologizes to Max that she just couldn't think of losing him, which is why she reacted that way. To which Max responds the best, he said. It was just ice cream, Evelyn. Ice cream. The dude is right, why make a deal this big? This shows the over-possessiveness and too needy nature of Evelyn. The following day, Max discovers that she redecorated their apartment to what she finds pleasing. She puts away all of Max's collectibles and posters, and hence ruining their price values. This is a clear example of the disrespect she has for the likings of Max. See, she has a thing for saving the environment and stuff, which he respects. Max as a human being, deserves to be treated with respect. Horror movies and stuff is his thing. He never cared for her dislike on his taste, but showing that to his face is a pure disrespect. We should be considering the level of sacrifices he makes for their relationship. Okay. Now this leads to an argument, probably the first time Max stood up for himself, to state that they have to make decisions together, instead of Evelyn taking authority on every single thing. Evelyn replies that she was trying to do something fun because it was her dead mother's birthday. Boom. A perfect defense tactic. I mean, what can you say to that? Taking her dead mother for justification. Each time she is out of words, automatically her dead mom comes to the rescue. What you guys just saw is an absolute manipulation. Just observe the twist of righteousness here.
But a manipulative bitch.
Initially, Max had every reason to be mad at her, but with just one tactic, she turned Mad Max to apologizing Max. Max neither got an answer to his question nor an apology from her side, instead he was made to be the wrong one. See, this happens if you are in a toxic relationship. They will manipulate you to think that you are the one who is wrong. I'm not saying they are doing it on purpose, it's somehow in them. They have a set of strategies that have always won for them. They will seek out whatever tactic that give them an upper hand in their relationship, a supreme control, a sort of dominance over you. He or she, whoever is the toxic one, will eventually mold you, no matter how strong you think you are. One of the common strategy is destroying her self-respect. A person minus self-respect is a vulnerable person. And that, my friends, is the easiest prey for the toxic predator. There are many videos you can watch regarding this topic. I am not going into details. I am here to inspire you. All I want to say that if you ever feel you are in a toxic relationship, don't just get out of it. Run. Let me just give you 3 tips. I don't know big complicated stuff. Just 3 simple ones. 1. You don't owe anything to anyone. Some say that they are still in their relationship, to heal their partner, to make them a better person. I often laugh. I mean, what do you owe him or her? You don't owe anyone except your family. Some say that they still continue in their relationship because they can't see the other one heartbroken. I often ask them, and what does that make you? I mean, why sacrifice your peace of mind? Why live in a mess while you can find someone better? And that will be good for your current toxic partner too. Allow them to use their toxicity on something else. Tip number 2. Before going to tip 2, hear this out. My friend once told me that she felt she is in a toxic relationship. She knows it's bad for her, but can't find a solid reason to break up. And I was like, excuse me, isn't this desire itself a big reason? Which is our tip number 2. The urge to break up is the biggest reason to end things. Don't wait to find the best reason. Tip number 3. I will share that by the end, because we got some serious analyzing to do on this movie. Max understands that his efforts were for nothing. Evelyn was, and is, a toxic one, no matter how much he adjusts and wants this to work. Max shares his concern to his half-brother Travis. He advises Max to break up with her. Hurting Evelyn is the last thing Max wants to do, but Travis adds that she is a tough chick and will be okay in no time. So Max calls Evelyn to dog park, to end things once and for all. Evelyn doesn't have a clue about breaking up. But fate steps in. Evelyn's last words were that she doesn't want to die, 'cause she never wanted to leave him. Max promises that they will always be together. She passes away, taking that promise into her heart. Here, I want you to view her death as the breakup itself. So in our context, Evelyn's death and her last words could be interpreted as her not wanting to end things with him. This happens every time you try to break things off with someone. If your partner is mature, they will handle it. But for someone like Evelyn, they would like to cling on to a vulnerable partner like Max so that they could dominate over and keep living in that happy place they created for themselves, out of their partner's vulnerability. They would resist the idea of breaking up, might cry, or be furious, and may even try to convince you. Please, never, ever fall for that. If you are a nice guy like Max, in this situation, the only probable cases are: 1. You would take back the idea of breaking up, and promise to be together forever, just like Max did. 2. You would sum up all your guts and would still break up, but leaves an impression of taking just a break. Your partner is left with a feel to resume the relation, sometime later. In neither case, the potential outcome is same, the toxic one would be back. This is what I call improper killing. Killing in this context refers to ending the relationship, and not taking the life of your partner. If you want to end your relationship, then do it right. Kill it properly. Make sure your ex never ever get back with you. Now, Max made a promise, which I won't judge, because his situation was totally different. you can't be a macho man towards a dying person. But since we are viewing her death as the breakup, we are free to choose the outcome for Max. The reason why I chose this film for my video is that I could show you both potential outcomes. That is, 1. You would take back the idea of breaking up. It's an impression of taking just a break. Your partner is left with a feel to resume the relation, sometime later, as Max hypothetically went through both the cases. Let's see what's gonna happen to him. And that's gonna be in part 2 of this video. Before ending this video, I want you to ask yourself 2 important questions. 1. If you feel you are in a toxic relationship, isn't it high time to kill it? 2. If you found this helping, shouldn't you subscribe to my channel? Please. Done? Okay. Since you're still here, I will show you a glimpse of the part 2 of this video.